So, hey, John here. I just got done contacting the landlord yet again. I don't know why this becomes a battle of me trying to contact the landlord, which they never seem to do anything anyway. But I told him I have a video of the girl in room 4. She lives back this hallway back here. The one that's fist fighting with her boyfriend every other day. They're coming out of their apartment, slamming their door as loud as they possibly can, and then tromping up and down the steps, scream talking inside the building. They'll stop at my door, like hesitate for a couple seconds, and then scream at my door, this, that, and the other. And now, last night she was out there screaming that she smelled natural gas, coming out of I guess, the heaters or the furnace or the basement. Well, here's the thing. The electric company tells you when you call them, if you smell gas, call the electric company. She could have called the fire department. She could have called the landlord and told him. What did she do? Screaming at my door like I'm supposed to be, Joe Maintenance. I'm supposed to do something. So either they figured out I have cameras by now, or the landlord told them I have cameras, watch what they do. So now they're making a big production. They're coming to my door. Well, not all the way to my door, but they're standing out here in the hallway at the entrance to come up to my door and screaming stuff. They're stomping up and down the steps, punching the wall every chance they get, just making noise, you know what I mean? Last week and the week before the bug guy got here to spray the nasty people downstairs whose children are sleeping on mattresses on the floor, dirty mattresses, who infested the building with bed bugs by letting other junkies in the building smoke pot and people in and out all the time. She was bringing her kids upstairs into her apartment. I'm thinking, what is wrong with you? So the only thing I could think, and then they were throwing a cat against my door, trying to give me the bed bugs. It looked like she was trying to spread bed bugs all over the building to cover for the girl downstairs. So it looked like everybody had bed bugs, and it wasn't just her. But the bug guy plainly stated on camera that, first of all, mine was the cleanest apartment in the building. Secondly, the infestations downstairs, they brought them in here because that's where the majority of them are. So down there with 2 little kids, it's a shame. But yeah, and the little girls constantly sitting on the stairwell, so they're spreading them out into the hallway. They're spreading them all up and down the stairs, and now they're spreading them into the girls' apartment in the back. So, yeah. So last night they scream talk past my little alcove hallway here. I mean, at the top of their lungs. I've never heard anybody scream like that, talk to one another. They were standing right next to each other. Hey, man! Who does that? Kids. Retarded children. Ill-mannered, retarded children do that didn't have parents. They might have had biological parents, but they were never home to teach them manners. So, yeah, you got that going on. Then you got them spreading bed bugs, and then she's running around yelling, we got gas. I smell gas. You smell it? Well, do something about it. Why tell me at my door? So, again, I have to assume it was for my benefit because, again, they know I have a camera. I have a chime box outside my door, and it looks like a camera, and then you can see my camera right there. So, I mean, oh my God, come on. So I just contacted the landlord yet again about it, who told me last week or the week before that, just give it a week, John, I'm getting rid of the girl. Well, here she still is, last night, playing games. Why? I don't get this. Why is it continuing on and on and on and on and on? You need to get rid of one or both of these tenants. Do you understand what I mean? That would end all this kid shit. Then on top of that, the girl downstairs has a guy that comes here in a gold car, and every time he's here, the games ensue, the bumping, the throwing the furniture. They just sat out here the other night and threw a big, it sounded bigger than an M80, out into the middle of the street. Kaboom! I get it, it's 4th of July, but this was 2 days after 4th of July. It is now the what? It is now the 8th, so it's 4 days past. This was just on Saturday night, I think it was. So, yeah. And then they all skedaddled. After sitting here with their car doors open with their music blaring at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. So, again, I think it's just to annoy, just to try to get me out of here when they're the troublemakers. They're the ones causing the bed bug problem, the weed smoke all over the building. the nasty, dirty, filthy kids that they're not watching. They're just setting out in the hallway to, have them watch themselves. Meanwhile, a junkie or somebody crapped at the bottom of the steps, and they're just walking through it for 2 weeks, tracking it up and down the steps. And this is where the kids are playing. So they don't really care about their kids. If they did, one, they'd buy them bunk beds to get them up off the floor. Stop buying weed for about a month so they can buy bunk beds for them. And have them stop playing in the hallways like that's a playground. It's where people have to walk to come in and out. And I mean, just all kinds. I'm just merely tipping the iceberg. There's a bunch of other stuff going on here, but usually when it's the guy in the gold car, he's here. The trouble starts, and then if it ain't them downstairs, it seems like they're taking turns. Like last night it was their turn to annoy me. Now, this week it'll be theirs because they'll disappear for a couple days, or won't come out of their apartment for a day or two, and then they'll take over. Kaboom, bang, boom, 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 downstairs, and you'll smell weed smoke coming up through the floorboards. Listen, if you got enough money to buy weed, go buy some diatomaceous earth and get rid of the bed bugs. Go buy some bunk beds for your kids. Start treating them like, better than guinea pigs, like your pets. There's an idea. I'm just saying, since I'm involved in this now because you chose to involve me, I don't want to be involved. I want to be left alone. Again, I've explained this in many videos. They have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and so do I. Your rights end where mine begin. Don't infringe upon my rights because you're a bunch of drug addicts. I don't want to see it, taste it, touch it, feel it, or smell it. Take it outside. Leave me alone while you're pursuing your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Do you understand what I mean? Likewise with the girl in the back. You know what I mean? Her fist fights in the hallway should never affect me. I shouldn't have to hear it, taste it, touch it, feel it, or smell it. I shouldn't have to come in from the store and have to fight my way to my apartment because her and her boyfriend decided to have a fist fight that day. That's ridiculous. Then you get from the landlord, oh, I'm taking care of the problem. Give me a week and I'm getting her out of there. Well, she's still here. So's the other girl. Who's he getting rid of? I don't see it. And again, I have this in an email written out by him from his phone telling me, give it a week, I'm getting rid of her. Well, here she still is. What's going on? I'd like to know. So there you go. All right.